What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be setting my Canterbury body trap. Hoping to catch either a beaver or a raccoon. So right now I'm sitting on I've got a trail right here. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but it comes through right here, and then there's a little pinch point right there in the grass. But I was gonna put my trap there so they can run through it, but then I saw this beaver slide. See right there? You can see that they've been going down it, and right down here at the bottom in the soft mud there is tracks. I'm not really sure if y'all can see the tracks or not, but they're down there. And a lot around here I've caught a lot of raccoons and just had a lot of success. So basically I'm going to put this Canterbury trap on the beaver slides so that when they go through it, it'll catch them. When they go to slide down, it'll catch them. And I'm going to show you how to set it, and actually the first thing before I show you how to set it, I'm going to show you what it looks like when it goes off. So I'll do that right now. Alright guys, so I'm going to show y'all how it goes, what it's going to look like when it's set and what it's going to look like when it goes off, just so you'll know how it operates. It'll make it easier for you to determine how to put your set to where the animals will get caught in it. And mainly the reason I'm showing you what it looks like when it goes off first before I show you how to set it is because this is a really difficult trap to set, and I really don't feel like having to set it twice. So I'm just going to show you first. Or actually, I don't want to have to set it get it all set in the dirt and then set it off and then have to reset it, because that's just a lot of work. So basically these two, it's already set almost. It's just that, see these two, I'll show you in a little bit, they pinch down and then they have these safeties right here, these little bars, to keep it from snapping on them. So basically, it's going to look like that. And all I'm going to do is bring these two sides together like this. Set it down. And this right here, I'm going to pull it together, get the trigger up here, pull it, latch it on there. I'm latching it on the hook on the farthest part of it. There's two little hooks on there. I'm using the one on the farthest part just so that it's wider on the bottom, so it's more balanced. Then you want to get away from it. You're going to slide the safeties forward, take those off, and your trap's ready. So now I'm just going to take this stick right here and toss it in there. Well, that didn't work. There it goes again. Right there. So basically the point of the trap is to break the animal's neck in one side and his backbone in the other. So it's an instant kill. So now I'm going to get this stick out and show y'all how to set the trap. So what you're going to need to set this trap is you're going to need, well, first you're going to need a stake. I'm just using this stick. I don't feel like I need a big stake, mainly because this trap is meant to kill. It's not going to be like a leg trap. When I come back and when I find the animal, it's going to be dead, or at least it should be. You're going to need your bait. This is the bait I made in a different video. Go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And you don't have to use these, but I'm using, I have some shed right here. You don't have to use them. I'm just using them because I think it's going to work well. And you're going to need some type of either wire or cable to attach your stake to your trap with. And I'm actually just using a, I'm going to use a clothes hanger. Sorry, my mind went blank there. And I'll show you how I'm going to make that, how I'm going to use that work. So I'll get into showing you how to set the trap. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is take your trap and see these two things hanging off, these two big spring things right here and right here. You're going to take your safeties. These are your safeties. It's got a little hook on the end to hook onto the other side of this bar. And you're going to take your, really don't know what it's called. I just call it a cheater tool. A cheater tool. You're going to hook it on each circle. You're going to push it, clamp it together, bring your safeties down. You got to squeeze these real hard. Bring your safeties down and hook it. And just let it loose. Right there. See, like that? It ain't gonna go nowhere unless this thing comes off, which it's not. And then you're gonna do the same thing to the other side, and I'll go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and set the trap. I've already loaded down both of the arms, and the safeties are still on, because while you're setting the trap, you do not want to take your safeties off, because that's very dangerous. You could, if this right here were to close in your arm, it would either it would more than likely break your arm and or your hand or whatever it got latched onto. So see, I've taken and driven this spike down in the middle of this circle. There's a circle right here that are attached to each arm, and you can drive them down into each side. I just don't think it's needed, because as you can see, I've already pushed it a little bit down into the mud. But you don't want to push it too much, or it won't let the jaws close fast enough to capture your animal. So I've got that, and I have my clothes hanger already unraveled to make into the wire. And I've wrapped it around this stick. I'm using the stick as a post. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach that to the chain that's already here. And I'm going to tighten it up. I'm going to keep it kind of tight so it's sitting up like this on the stake, because I want to use the chain as kind of instead of putting sticks here to move them, get them to kind of steer them into the trap. I'm going to use the chain. A lot of people would say that that's not very effective to do, because they will smell the chain. But really, I'm trapping raccoons right now, and beavers. I haven't trapped a lot of beavers. It could have an effect on the beavers. I would rather have a raccoon, and a raccoon really isn't going to care about the smell in the metal, in my viewpoint, because I have before just set leg traps on the ground and just barely covered them up in dirt, and just like to where I could still see the pan, and have caught him in there just fine. So and if anything they're gonna go away from it and into my trap. So I mean, but there's not really much at risk here. So I'll go ahead and drive that stake in and show you all the finished product, and then put my bait into the trap. Alright, so now that I have my stake driven, I'm going to take some leaves and sticks and stuff, and I'm going to put it over in front of this other little path right here. I don't know if this is a path or not, but it looks like it may be. So I'm going to kind of, and it's right next to my other trap, so the last thing I'd want is for them to come down that one instead of my trail. So I'm just going to take these sticks and kind of lay them over. Yeah, I don't think they're going to want to go through that, instead of going down the easy path. And now I'm going to take some of the leaves right here. There's a little pile of leaves. I don't want to take it to where it looks like it's obstructed a lot. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it right here at the bars. I'm not going to reach my hand in there to kind of smooth them down, because even though the latch is still on, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Just kind of push them down a little bit. And now I'm going to put my bait in, and I'll show you just how to do that. So I took my bait, and this is the side they're going to come in. I got it on this side. On the other side of that, on this little ledge here, it's real steep on each side, so I don't think they're going to come down each side, although I do have a little bit of a doubt that they could come through the water and to get that. And that's always a chance you're going to take if you're going to use bait for your body trap. Really, you don't necessarily need bait, because you can tell they're already coming down, even though there's no bait here. So I'm just putting that there just to make myself feel better, and I think it's just going to be a little bit better of an attractant. I have a little gizzard shad down here at the bottom. It's kind of hard to see him. He's under some leaves, but it's, like I say, it's kind of steep, so I really don't want to go down there and uncover him. So this right here is the finished product. I got my chain up, kind of, there's a little steerman in there, and then I got them anchored down on each side. And now all we gotta do is come down the path and kapow!